for tuning in tonight. We have another exciting interview for you guys. We hope you guys enjoy this one here with Michael Perkins from Hardball, as well as a couple other things here in his own business, and which you guys will find about in this here interview. I do want to pull up a couple clips, have some fun with this, and best believe we will be talking about these clips in the interview. So this is a fun scene. You suck just like my girlfriend.
Nice catch, Andre. Jackass.
Give me a ball.
Oh man.
What happened? Kofi just jumped out of the way like a baby. Why is everyone so quiet?
What's wrong with you?
What's up, Kofi? You scared of the ball? New rule. No one can say anything bad to anyone else on the field.
It's an all-around good movie. All the people that we've interviewed have been wonderful.
What? Can't talk shit, you got nothing to say?
Brian's a cool guy.
Got it.
Michael B. Jordan.
Where do you say, Jamal? It's cool, Jamal, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh man. Crazy cast. Really good movie. Just can't get enough of these interviews and how fun they've been. But I do have another one. This is really like the big parts of the movie. And probably the more touching part, but the story of it all behind it just kind of brings the whole team together and things like that. So I hope you enjoy this clip as well.
You guys live. Hey kids,
pretty
you
sad.
can't come in there right now.
How long it's gonna be?
No.
Jamal, what's up? Why can't we go in right now? They're waiting to catch somebody inside. What we gonna do? Come on.
Crazy. This is probably how it really is. Excuse my
What? Come on! What? Move! Come on, man!
What? They'll pass by.
Come here! What's up? Oh, no! Get down right here! Come on! Come on!
None of those guys
Alright.
got hit.
We're okay. G, we're okay.
None of those guys got
Come
hit,
on.
but little G baby,
Get
man.
up, G. Come on. Come on, G. Come on. It's okay.
It's probably the saddest scene in the
We'll
movie,
just wait
man.
for somebody to come. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Okay.
I think Fabi cried at this part of the movie. That's okay. It's okay. It's a good movie. Amazing movie. I'm glad I found it when I did.
Yeah, Elizabeth? What?
Oh, Jesus.
Got all these guys. Got Kofi right there. Now, I'm not going to ruin the movie for everybody. Again, this is our third interview with the cast of Hardball. Again, all wonderful people. And can't wait to do this one. We hope you guys enjoy it as well. And yeah, just keep staying tuned for more. Hoping to get them all in a reunion. But if you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. And without further ado, all right, welcome to another episode of the Archives with Adam and Fab. Got Fabby back on with another interview. This time, another child star from Hardball, but he's got more to him than that. Let's go and bring on Michael Perkins and have him, introduce himself a little bit more there. Mike, how we doing?
How we doing? I'm doing well, rested. Just hopped out the shower, get fresh for y'all, smelling good, feeling good. Got the hair
Long
laid
day at
down,
work.
wave getting crazy. So ready to have a fun, interactive, enjoyable interview with you guys and get the people what they want, like Jalen Rose says.
There you go. Yeah, no, we like to make these things a little bit more different than what everybody's used to, and we do a little research before that, so that way it's not feeling like you're gonna ask the same questions. I mean, there may be something that comes up that we kind of want to hear that we may not have heard, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes, right?
I mean, if you're doing a press run, they're gonna ask you the same question. So, how was it filming the film? Oh, how was it filming the film? So, hey, I'm ready for whatever.
There you go. So what is Mike up to these days?
What is Mike up to these days? Mike is still figuring out life. I guess I'm showing my human side right now. Creating my own. Well, just officially got my media brand up. Uneducated Genius. So it's something I've been messing around with for a minute, but now I'm officially official. So basically a media company, content creation, you know what I'm saying? Also might dabble into like clothing and things like that. But I have a YouTube channel that's up, Uneducated Genius, where I also do my own podcast. It's called LFTC Podcast. It's on my YouTube channel. Acting still whenever I am booked for something, how that goes. But yeah, just auditioning, living in Los Angeles, still maintaining to be able to live out here in this very expensive city while still pursuing the wonderful, crazy world of acting. But yeah, just basically working on very independent stuff, creating my own content, working on other friends' contents. I've done some web series, done some short films. I've also done a feature film. It was on Amazon Prime, but I don't think it's up there anymore. So, but yeah, just busy with a lot of like independent work right now, but independent work and also self-creations, creating my own content.
There you go. And you do the Uneducated podcast with Gary L. Gray, which
the podcast is LFTC podcast.
LFTC.
Uneducated Genius is my brand, and Uneducated Genius is my brand.
Gotcha. And you do that with Gary, right? And then there's
somebody else. my good best friend Gary L. Gray. Yes.
Yeah, Gary. I mean, he does a lot of like iconic voice acting for like past like 90s babies cartoons, but we'll say that for another day.
That man's probably voiced everything you've seen on television within the last 20-30 years. Very, very prominent voice actor in the community.
Exactly. And so you do music, right? You make music. Is that something I heard from Brian? He said you tried your hand at music at one point.
You talking to the wrong Brian? I never
Brian
tried
Herman.
music. Music.
Oh, yeah.
Well, unless you're talking about beats on the school
Yeah,
lunchroom
something like
table.
that. Okay.
That's probably the
Gotcha.
last time I tried anything in music. No,
Gotcha.
I'm not
Okay.
music. Never tried that stream. Maybe like fake rapping with my friends in the back of a car.
Gotcha. Okay. So what got you into acting? Obviously, I mean that's played a big part of your life, right?
So acting, as far as a big part of my life,
Mm-hmm.
it's been off and on. But what got me
Okay.
into acting, honestly, it was so nothing really got me into acting. I never thought about acting. It never was a passion of mine or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about as something I would do in the future with my life. I honestly just so happened to be at the right place at the right time, and with the blessing of my grandmother, took advantage of an opportunity that was presented to me. So, um, I was at basketball practice, and at the one of my local YMCA's on the south side of
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, and my baseball coach just came in and it's like, hey, some white guy here is auditioning kids for a baseball movie. You want to
Uh-huh.
do it? And only reason I did it, I was like, all right, I want to get out of practice because we keep doing this same damn play. I'm getting tired of doing it. You know what I'm saying? I was
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, let's do it. And so I guess you could say that's how I got into acting. I wanted to get out of basketball practice. So
Okay.
and so
So
that was basically the beginning to this point.
it's a different story than what we've heard from the other guys. So I mean, you guys all get like your own stories. That's what I mean. Is like, they have their way of getting in, and yours is like, it's just hey, I
Yeah.
want to get out of practice.
Yeah, no, I when I tell you, because when he said, I'm like, wait, what? And then when I met the guy,
Uh,
and we did it, I'm like, wait, am I like really auditioning for a movie? Because I grew up on the east side of Chicago, and like I
uh,
say, acting, reading a script, no shape, form, or fashion was in none of my thought process. And so when it happened, I'm like, yeah, I guess so. And then as I was getting called, well, at the time I didn't know what it was called, but getting callbacks, and it's like, hey,
mm-hmm.
we want you to come and try this. And I'm telling my mom, hey, I did this for this movie. They want me to come do this and stuff like that. And so I tell people, like, honestly, it took me a long time to realize what I actually did. Like, and it's not, and I don't like make this because people say, oh, you try to be modest. I'm like, I honestly, it took me such a long time to really to really understand and take in what I actually did, especially once I decided to really get serious in it,
Mm-hmm.
understanding what I did and what the opportunity brought to me. It's like, damn, like I get it. I get it now. So, but yeah, in the beginning, it was like, I guess so. You want me to come back? I'll read the line, and
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
Did you
So
read
did you?
for your character specifically, or was it a different character?
Okay, so no, I was reading for my character Pacific. I don't want to say Pacific. Everybody get Pacific and specifically. I'm spitting on my camera. Specifically, I was reading for my character, and so at the beginning when I was auditioning, the name of my character was Tiki.
Okay, like the
So
Tiki in the movie already.
X, yes,
Okay.
but I think he was a different name if I remember so like that. But no, so my original name was Tiki in what I was reading for. So
Okay.
the character that I did play, that was the character I was reading for the whole time. Now, granted, they do 1,000,001 rewrites and things like that, so a
Mm-hmm.
lot of
Yeah.
things change. But the character that I was reading for, that was the character. That character that I played was the character I was originally
Mhm.
reading.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's interesting. I mean, because you've seen the movie several times. I know you take really great pride in it. But yeah, I mean,
I
Tiki
honestly
was
don't
the.
watch it that much. I
Oh, you
honestly don't
don't?
watch it. Oh no, like I say, it took me a while to understand what I really did,
Yeah.
and so And like like with me, I never, and it's just me in general. I never like to make people feel uncomfortable around me or
Mhm.
feel like, wow, you're Kofi. Like
Yeah.
we like I'm just this extravagant person, and you're like, you know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I could be overthinking it and they not thinking that, but
Mhm.
so like it's like watching it with people or like even watching it be like, it's like I used to cringe like, damn, I was saying that, was doing that, like what the hell am I doing on this television, man? Like that's weak as hell. I would never do that, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like I said, it just honestly, I would say maybe within the last 10, 15 years, I've come to like I can watch it and I can sit there and like understand what I was doing and not critique it like, man, I shouldn't have done that. Like, what do you mean you shouldn't have done that?
Mhm.
That's what the director wanted you to do. That was the direction of
Yeah.
what the cinema director of photography wanted you to stand and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, early on I could not watch myself. No. I used to
Gotcha.
cringe.
Gotcha. So was there like a special audition piece that you had like specifically? Because like I know like Brian said he had one that was where, do you remember what Brian said? They had like a specific part for him, and then Julian said he had one specifically just for him. Like that, the audition piece was for Julian was reading that whole Bandito scene, right? Did you have one specifically for you?
I ain't gonna lie, they got some great ass memory. I'm sorry, can I curse?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
go ahead, man.
Okay, I ain't know if you got the kids on here and they can do.
Oh man, no, you
Man,
good.
I ain't gonna lie. It's funny when people when I like had these interviews and they've like interviewed like the other guys and stuff and they be great. I'm like, bro, when I tell you, I forgot so much stuff
Gotcha. It happens.
because
It happens.
uh, did I have like any specific part? I'm trying to remember the whole because like I always tell people about like how I got the film or so like so I probably auditioned for maybe a year or so, maybe half a year, like like close to a year or so like that.
Mhm.
But I didn't hear back from them for like 2 years. So
Really?
I auditioned for the film when I was 12. They didn't call me back until I was 14. The summer, August, yeah, summer 2000 when I was 14.
That's a long time.
Oh, that's how. And I try to tell people. People think, "Oh, you audition, we're finna make the film." Like, you don't understand.
It's a process.
It's a process, and
Yeah.
so yeah. By the time they even hit me up, I'm like, again, I didn't know what I'm like, bro. Y'all know I did that like a couple of years ago. Like, why y'all asking me about something I did a couple of years ago? Not knowing,
Yeah.
like, oh no, we're gonna shoot it. We want you to be your part. I'm like, wait, why? Like, I did, like, but uh, if I can, if I can't say if I remember if I had a particular scene that was
Mhm.
particularly for me. I do remember reading as far as the line of when I was in the classroom
Mhm.
and the Miss Great Diane Lane, who was our teacher, Miss Wilkes,
Mhm.
she basically kind of put me out there as far as like me not reading the book. I do remember reading that quite a few times during the audition process, that particular scene. So I
Okay.
guess that could be that was my scene or something like that. But yeah, that's my scene. I'm gonna go with that. That was my scene that I had to audition for to
Gotcha.
make it my part.
There you go. So, I mean, you had some pretty big parts, man. Like you were, you had the part where you were talking about that the child, the classroom scene. I mean,
Uh-huh.
you had the part where G Baby died. You had the part
Oh
where,
man.
like, was there emotion behind that? Like, behind reading that part, and then also, when G Baby died.
So the quick answer, no. But let me
Okay.
explain. So I was very new to it. And
Mhm.
so and also I didn't really understand really digging into it. So
Mhm.
if any so like what I was doing was pure national uh raw talent, just like at the moment, all right, y'all want me to okay, let me it was to me and what I believe and knowing what I know now, it was surface level. So as far as getting into that emotion in a much deeper sense, not really. Especially the classroom scene, like from because we did it not that many times, but like as far as with the director Brian Robbins, and as far as what was they were like speaking to me and getting me into it, it was honestly it was like what got me into it was like, why are you bothering me? Because one, I mean, I can read. I just always hated like just reading stuff I didn't care about. And so that part was like, you're making me read something I don't care about. But it was deeper than just the reading. It was like a father. Like, my father never came back. And why you, that girl want her father to come back? So it was a deeper meaning to it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But to me, it was like, why are you making me read this? I'm going to just tell you what you want right now. But like I said, it was a deeper meaning. And so, and then with the G Baby one, and what was tough for me was, so I knew of people that lost like relatives and stuff like that. I hadn't at the time never I hadn't lost a close relative, friend, or anything like that. And so for me, it was just putting myself like, it was like what got me to that point was like a sense of shock, like wow, this. I'm a shock, but don't know what to do. I'm like, wow, it just shot. And we're still alive. I'm not knowing what was happening, like really yet. And I'm like, we good, we're gonna make it, man. Like I make it. So as far as so yeah, as far as like a like deep emotions like crying or feeling like no, it was honestly, yeah, I guess this is probably what they seen in me. It was more of a natural sense of like a uh young child in the inner city whose emotion isn't really tapped in yet. It's like very surface level, which made that character more believable. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I was the hard one, I was the tough one. So like it was like, I guess you could say fighting back the tears or so like that. So that was like it was more so me just feeling like more of I'm being hard, but I am trying not to be so my softness to really, really feel with that character.
For sure. No, and I think I could relate to that a lot. Like Fabi could tell you, she's like, you don't show your emotions much. You know, like I always like, she's like, I
That's
don't
such
ever
a
see
guy
you
thing.
cry.
I mean, not all guys, right? But guys have this thing where it's like they don't want to show weakness because they think that people might look at them less of a person, I guess. And like with women, like women are so like open and like will cry with anything, right? And so it's like, that's why I'm saying like probably like for you, it's like you guys are all kids like filming a movie, and it's like you guys don't really know like
No, we
like
did because like
you guys
it's
didn't
like
know.
no, and because in the beginning, like as we would see, like it's my first time ever on the film set, and I would see like how they would do the scenes, like how they did the shooting scene, and like, okay, now you got to act like what you mean act like, bro? Really ain't he's not really dead? So what do you want
Right.
me to? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like I had to be like, all right, you know what? One, I hate doing the same thing over and over. Also, I don't want them to yell at me. And so, again, this is again first film, first time doing this. So, like, I'm on the fly, catching on to these things, really working to tap into that, like putting yourself in that position. Like, what if it did happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially, and in my opinion, it's tough to do that with kids, especially. Like I said, I never had it close to me, but it was around me growing up in Chicago, and so. It's like, no, I really don't want to feel that, bro. Because it's like I've seen how made other people feel. So to your point, like you say, with guys like not showing any things like that, that's usually like how the case goes.
Right. It's more like not really fully understanding, and it's like you could see it around you, but like I guess being so young, you know, like as kids, like you have a daily routine. So like if something out of the ordinary happens, you're like, okay, well, that just happened, but I'm just gonna keep moving on because
Right.
I don't know
You
how I'm
don't.
supposed to feel.
You think you got another 100 years of life going, so you're like, oh
Yeah,
damn, man.
exactly. Like moving on, like okay, the next day, but like really in situations like that, or like in cities like that, it happens on a daily. And I think it just I think people that watch the movie are like, wow, like this actually happens, but they're also kids trying to like make their way out of those kinds of cities. So it just kind of puts into perspective. But again, like as kids, you don't really know. You just want to have fun and like live your life.
Right. And I get that too when people's like, man, and like people be like, in their family, like, oh, bro, it's you. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand what that film did to me. You don't understand, like, as somebody from, I grew up in, and like, wait, that relationship you had with your brother and like how y'all as a group, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really touched me. It was like, I could relate to that. You know what I'm saying? And like, and that's honestly one thing, like I say, as I start to understand what I did, it makes me very happy inside and like almost dropped a tear a few times, but like feeling good that like you know what I'm saying, understanding the power of media and film, but feeling good like damn, I really did something that it looks bad. It was like a bad whole oh my god, there's cussing, there's shooting involved, someone, but the message that people received from it was more of like more happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like I felt good watching, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I could relate to that. And like seeing, especially as far as an all black, young black cast at that time, it's like, man, like all young black kid cast, you know what I'm saying, from the city, playing baseball, doing this, like bro, it was to me, it sounds like it was refreshing for a lot of people to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the norm. You know what I mean? Like a lot of you guys have lived, some part of that movie, right?
Right.
So I mean, like you said, Chicago, things like that. You have the inner city. It's tough. So, and, I have a friend that we went to New York this past summer, and he's like, "Hey, I want to go take you to the Marcy projects where Jay-Z grew up, or where Nas." I was like, "Dude, like those people don't care, man.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys don't give back to their communities. It's a field trip, to him." And I've had to explain to Fabi, this is like some areas here in Washington because we live like 25 minutes from Seattle, so it's a little bit better area. And I'm like, listen, like I grew up in these areas, it was the ghetto, it was the hood back in the day, it's not,
Right.
So, and I mean, she grew up in like a little bit of a nicer area, but her parents, they kept hustling and grinding for everything that they needed to do, make sure that she was taken care of. So,
Nice.
yeah. So I mean, you had also another good part in the movie, man. I think this is where like everybody started coming together as a team. When you were like, "Man, Andre, you suck just like my girlfriend."
Oh man, it's funny, and the crazy part, I think we had to do that scene so many times because I know one time I did it, I like almost hurt Brian. So like, because it was like I had to like show I'm picking her thumb, but it's like don't really throw them, you know what I'm saying? And so and like at that time, I'm sorry,
I get.
my ears are getting. And so at that time, Brian was much smaller than me, and so and like picking him up was a breeze, and so it was like the slamming him and stuff like that was like, oh shit, I don't want to hurt this guy, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like, I actually, I'm from the man, you bum, you know what I'm saying? You ain't, you know what I'm saying? So, wait, so like, oh my god, I just got that scene messed up. I got the
It was
scene
Michael
mixed
B.
up.
Jordan, wasn't it?
You talking about the infield scene when
Yeah.
before Keanu hit the line drive? Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
Yeah.
That one.
Yes.
Now you need
let's
to
get
go watch it again.
Yes, I do. I definitely do. No, because no, because me and Andre were like what's a good like stone I ain't gonna say stone cold rock, but we were like the feud and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember there was a scene where we lost and I'm like, bro, y'all bums, and he coming to me crazy. So that was the first thing that came to my mind. But no, you're talking about the line drive when the ball came in. You know what's funny? I don't know when it hit me. I just realized I was like, they really had I think we was like supposed to be 11 years old. Because I think 11 or 12. Because I know Mike was 13 or something. That's why they kicked him off at that age or so.
Yeah.
They had 12. I was a 12-year-old saying that line.
So it's like the cutoff, right? Or like where you
it's like I'm like, because like when I said it, I'm thinking like, "Whoa, that's a cool line." But then I got on, I'm like, "Wait," because I seen the movie and it was like years later I seen it, and I was like, "Wait, why am I telling somebody you suck just like my girlfriend?" Like, if as an adult, when you hear that, like, think, like you suck just like my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait. Why am I making this line again? Why am I saying something like this at 11 years old? Like, but I didn't think of that at the time. And it's funny. I'm like, and now I think I'm like, no one caught that in the right. Ain't this a little too old for an 11-year-old to be telling somebody else you suck just like my girlfriend?
Yeah, that's
so.
Yeah, no, man, that's a iconic scene. You know, just like to the point. I think at the end, like after you got the line drive coming towards your head, you know, the Mike next play up, he's taking it to the head, you know, the forehead. And
it was bad. We needed so much practice. I mean, they needed practice. As we could see, I was the solid player already.
Did you have a baseball background?
I was gonna say, did you?
Yeah, no, I was playing. No, so yeah, I was playing baseball since like I was 9 or 10. So yeah, I'd already was playing baseballs. Like baseball is like my second favorite sport. So yeah, I was already playing baseball, knew baseball and everything.
Okay, so you're a White Sox fan, though, I seen, right?
Yes, White Sox since 94, 95.
Okay,
yes.
So you've been rocking for a long time.
I know. I love like when it comes to baseball, that's one of them sports where I can't really root for nobody. I can root for certain players, like because even growing up, I love Frank Thomas, but Ken Griffey Jr. was my favorite player. Like because I played center field, he played center field. He had the swag, the back hat. Like I used to like. Ken Griffey was my man. Like you couldn't. He just was that guy. And so, but like. I'm like, and people say I'm anal for this, but like, I don't even like to wear any other baseball hat but with a White Sox hat. Like, I just can't like I can't wear a Yankees hat. I hate the Yankees. And one reason I hate the Yankees because my dad is a Yankee fan. He used to always, and this was, and so when me and him used to watch baseball, and this is when the Yankees won like 3 straight. He's like, yeah, you. And I'm like, I don't like the Yankees and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But yeah, White Sox fans.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough being a Mariners fan, man. You know, we started getting it together, but I don't know what's happening this year.
You know what's funny? It's early. It's early. Like
it's still
April
early.
is just getting the rust off, you know, finding your groove. I always judge my Sox by mid-June. How they look in mid-June is usually how we're going to be looking towards the season. So
I say about 60 for us, you know, 60 games in roughly.
60 games?
Yeah,
okay.
60
I always go as soon as June hit. If I'm looking at how we looking and stuff, I'm like, we probably gonna have to do some shuffling depending on how we looking. What's funny though, granted, yes, Ken Griffey was like my favorite player growing up, but I had a strong hate for the Mariners like the early 2000s because y'all swept us in the wild. Was it the wild card? Like 2000 or 2001, we had Jerry Manuel. We had won like 100 games. I'm like, yeah, we finna do it. And y'all swept us. I'm like, what? Yeah. I was so mad or something like that. So, but I like the Mariners now. Mariners are cool.
Yeah, and that was a good season last year. You know, we ended that drought. So I mean, but
yeah, no, hey, that kid Julio is nice. That kid Julio is nice. Hey,
that's the next kid Julio
is nice. Y'all got one there. That Julio kid is nice.
Yeah. In the movie, you were number 9. Is that correct?
8.
Yeah.
Was there a certain did you pick that number? Was there a reason behind that?
So did I particularly pick that number? No.
Okay.
So I think they said in the movie, so Inner City Project Team. So the shirts went up in sizes. So the higher numbers, the bigger shirts. And so I was somewhat one of the bigger kids at the time. So like 8 was like one of the higher numbers. I think it only went up to like 12, 11 or 12 or something like that. So they just gave me 8. Now I didn't really particularly pick 8 or anything like that. They just gave it to me because it fit.
Okay.
If I had to choose, I would have chose it had either been 10. Yeah, 10 was 10. It was been 10 or 21. Those are my numbers at that time.
Or like that you used to wear for when you play ball?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
10 or 21. Yep.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna share like a fun story with you. So we went to my pastor's wife's funeral memorial service a couple weekends ago, and my neighborhood that I grew up in, we had a little baseball team and whatnot. And I would tell Fabi this all the time. I was like, no, like my neighborhood was poor. You know what I mean? Like we come from poor neighborhood. And long story short, my pastor, like they told her a story, and she's like, man, you're like the real life Julian. You know, like you're the real Jefferson Albert Tibbs. Because no, like they told her, like I hit the ball, it got out to outfield, got everybody in, got tagged up at second. Man, it's a real life Jefferson Albert Tibbs, man. You know, I mean, we didn't win a championship or nothing. I don't think we won any games, but it was kind of like that.
Right. Well, no, that's cool. Like I say, when people bring it up, it's like they have their characters that they resonate with. Those are the characters that like I played with, like, or not played with, but that was me. So like people like, yeah, man, seeing you, like I was you, bro. Like seeing you was like made me see myself on the screen and stuff like that. So that's a cool story. That's a real cool story.
Yeah, no, and I liked your character because like we've always had somebody on the team, you know, no matter what sport you play, that had, you know, that mouth on them, you know, or you know, wanted to start like a little problem, you know, but you know, everybody's experienced that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I know you did some other movies, right? Phantasm, right? Oblivion, I believe is what it was called. Did you do
Phantasm?
No,
so I had to get IDMB. That is not me. I definitely didn't do those films.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to. It's another. I mean, I have a pretty clean resume name, so like somebody else just probably use my name and just put that with that film. No, after that, it was just a lot of auditions. I did like an extra role for Barbershop 2. I did a role in Joan Cusack. She had a TV show at the time. I did an episode of her show
What About Joan?
ABC. Yeah, What About Joan? Yeah, I did an episode for What About Joan on ABC. I did the Boost Mobile commercial. The one with the Kanye and Ludacris. Where you at the whole city? Yeah, so we shot that in Chicago. I did that. I had done that. So, but definitely a lot of auditioning. And that's one thing that really helped me to know what this industry is about. Because like I think at that time, what was it? Max Keebler, Holes, Roll Bounce.
You had auditions for those movies?
Oh yeah.
What role for Holes?
I want to say it was Hole. Yeah, it was
Was it 0?
0, and I think it was 0. Yeah.
Man, you would have been battling against Brian. Did you know about that?
No, and that's the crazy part. And the funny thing is, the person that did get the role is a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Cleo Thomas. Yeah, we did an interview. We did an interview for Fox Soul like a while ago, and I told him, I was like, and when he said, I was like, damn, I remember interviewing and auditioning for that role. But no, it was like, but that's usually how it is. It's like because I didn't even know he auditioned for that same role as well. But like at that time, we all were auditioning for the same thing because usually the industry is like, oh, we just Black kids, so we all can pass for that for how they want it. So, like Max Keeper. It's another one. It's another Disney movie I auditioned for. Oh my god,
is it a big name?
It was a big one. I'm gonna just talk, and if I figure it out, I'm gonna blurt it out. So, but no, I didn't even know Brian auditioned for that.
Yeah, he told us about that. I was like,
about it, yeah.
And Roll Bounce, Roll Bounce as well.
He said Roll Bounce too. And I told him
audition.
It would be like seeing like the characters that they pick now. Like you want, like, I wonder, like, personally, like, how it would be if they had picked somebody else, like, in that role, you know, like, you wonder, like, how the movie, like, what kind of turn the movie would have taken if they had picked, like, a different person.
The funny thing about roll bounce, it was like, I wasn't going to audition for it because I'm like, bro, I don't know how to skate. So why the hell am I auditioning for something I can't skate in? And to my it was like, they can teach you. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they would waste their time teaching me how to skate. I didn't know that. So I almost didn't audition for it because I'm like, I don't skate. So like, why am I skating? Why am I auditioning to skate? You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I was young, didn't really know, didn't understand and stuff like that. But no, I think about that too. But I mean, at the end of the day, they picked the guys they had. Great cast, great group of guys, made a great film. So
yeah, no, I mean, all around some good auditions. You know, was
yeah,
there
no,
anything?
it was. Huh?
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, it was a lot. It was a lot of auditioning, and I kind of feel like the amount of auditioning, but like, and I wasn't getting anything, which as an actor, you want to audition, and then you understand that you're going to get a lot of no's. You're not going to get everything. I didn't really know that. And at the same time, I was still in school, and I'm missing practice to go audition. And when you miss practice, you don't play in the game. And so I'm like, game time, I'm sitting on the bench, and then I was like, oh, they don't call me back for so, oh, I don't get the role and I don't get to play. Like, this sucks.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that was, especially as a child actor, that's one. Any type of advice I'll give anybody that wants, when they say, "Oh, want to get into the industry as a young person," having a strong support system and just understanding what you want and being happy with what you want to do.
Definitely, no, that's something I always tell Fabian. She's always got to remind me. We gotta be happy with all the things that we do, like with the whole YouTube thing. I mean, we do it as a hobby, we're not looking to get paid, we just do it to, to have a good time. And she's
the pay would be kind of nice.
No, the thing is, and it was something, and again, it's just what I've noticed and what I've learned just because I stopped acting for like maybe 15 years when I graduated high school, went to college. I was like, I didn't think I was getting back into it. I was done with it. But like I said, I recently got back into it like 10 years ago when I moved to Los Angeles. And it's just, honestly, you just have to enjoy the process of what you're doing to get what you want. And like you say, you're doing it for a hobby, enjoy it, love it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and so and if you do want to make profit from it, the profit will come. You will have to do certain steps to move towards that direction, but never don't lose the love and enjoyment of it, because you and this is just my opinion, you don't want it to be everything about the money, because then it's like you don't enjoy really asking people questions. You don't enjoy meeting people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't feel excited interviewing this person. You know what I'm saying? So, but starting off enjoying as a hobby is always great, and enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? And you just never know what can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess it's just me auditioning and stuff like that. Like, I recently auditioned for a film that got on Netflix. I'm not gonna say, and I got like all the way to it was between me and like 2-3 other people. And I had to be, so they do this thing, you got to be on hold. We're going to let us know your schedule. We're trying to pick between you. We're going to do this. So it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And so, and the thing is when you're going through an industry, like as an actor, you're going to get that a lot. We're trying to see what we can work out and things like that. And then it's like, boom, you don't hear nothing else.
And so, like, what do I do?
What do I do? And the thing is that happened to me. The thing is that happened to me before I was in Chicago, and I had auditioned for an episode of Chicago PD. And I got all the way to the director. It was just me and one other person, and I didn't get it.
What was the role that you auditioned for that? Oh, you
I'll
can't
be
say?
quiet.
Okay.
I'll be quiet.
Okay.
Be quiet. It was like a guest star role. It wasn't like a
Oh, okay.
recurring role. It was a guest star role. But I mean, I always look at anything can grow from out of being
For
just a
sure.
seed for something else to grow. But
For sure.
that was when I realized, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm doing this to get paid and not doing this because I enjoyed the performance.
Mm-hmm.
And going into the room not wanting to enjoy the performance, giving a performance to these casting directors and the producers and directors that even if you don't get it, it's memorable, is not good, in my opinion. You know, going like, man, I gotta make this shit because it's gonna show into your character. It's gonna show in what you're giving to them. They see millions of people every day. They've seen the best of the best, you know, and so and when I didn't get that role for that episode, I asked was when I realized and told myself that I need to enjoy this. I need to enjoy enjoy creating characters, enjoy acting, and that's when I decided to start my own, creating my own content, start my own company and things like that. And so, and ever since then, I've now enjoyed auditioning. I was like, okay, I see this character. All right, I'm gonna put this to him. I'm gonna put that to him, you know, and let the chips fall where they may. You know, I don't have control over 99% of this stuff, you know, but I do control what I give out to the world. And as long as I feel like I'm giving the great energy, this energy that I have inside out to the world to the best of my ability, I just let the chips fall where they may.
Definitely. So I do want to talk about your company. I mean, I feel like we talked a lot of hardball and things like that,
That's no
but you
problem.
obviously have a lot more to you than hardball and
Yeah.
things like that. So I mean, I definitely want to talk about your company. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that? I know you gave us like a
So,
general idea.
so, so basically, like I said, I realized also in my heart, I always feel like I see people do stuff. I'm like, I can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
And also, after a while, I get tired of waiting on other people. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna wait for other people. I'm finna do my own thing, create my own
Mm-hmm.
stuff, you know. And I'm like, and so that's how I came up with the podcast. Well, first I was on my IG. I'll do like 1 minute videos, and then some people was like, "Man, you should do a podcast. It's pretty funny. You got your voice and what you say and things like that. You be saying some powerful. I think I said powerful. You be spitting some game. You dropping some jewels. I'm like, bet,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So that's how I created the podcast and things like that. And so and then I came up with the uneducated genius. And what came to that mind was I realized that I'm a very intriguing thinker. I like to go all the way down to like the center of the gravity of thought. And
Okay.
then, and since people say, "Well, what made you say? What made you come up with uneducated genius?" It doesn't make sense. Well, by the person that I had created, a good friend of mine who created the logo, I had to create the logo in a certain type of way. So I looked up, and I always realized that people use that word genius a lot to people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's a genius. He made this. Oh, this is a genius. He came out of the woodworks. He's a genius in this. And then it's educated, uneducated. Oh, you're not educated. You can't make that. Or oh, you went to school. You have the at all A's. You're a very educated person. And so I'm like, yeah, the educated person got all A's, but if you put them and tell them to go catch a bus in the city, they'll be baffled. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The uneducated person with no degree has the ability to figure out how to make a lemon and make it into a lemon stand business just off hustle and understanding working with people without technical education. You know what I'm saying? But the one constant in all of that is the genius. And the genius is, when you look it up, is a natural ability, natural tapping into your natural given ability and making the best of it. That's honestly all it is. And so I'm
Okay.
like, you know what? At the end of the day, we're all an uneducated genius. And if you look on my logo, I have the E backwards as a
Okay.
way,
Yeah, I
as
seen
a
that.
separation. You know what I'm saying? Because once you once I tap into my gift to do something, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing yet. But then once I learn, I'm uneducated at the moment. But once I learn, I've educated myself. So now I'm not uneducated to it. So
For
um
sure.
So yeah, that's what made me decide to get name my company that, and just start. My happiness is making others happy and feeling like I'm doing more than just listening to other people or just waiting for other people to do something. And I always feel like, and maybe I don't know, this is crazy, I just feel like I'm gonna do something that's so big that's going to captivate the world one day.
And it can happen. You know what I
And it
mean?
can
As
happen.
long as you just
Absolutely.
apply yourself to it, keep doing
Good
what you're doing,
mindset
like you
to
said.
have. It's a good mindset to have because I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of people like tend to have like not they're not really open minded and they tend to stay in like their bubble because they're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it takes for you to
I've been
be
guilty of that. I've been guilty of that.
it takes for you to be like uncomfortable at times. Like I mean I can say at least for myself, like I'm an overthinker. So like I overthink a lot of situations like more than
Mhm.
I probably should. But I'm always like, but I know if I could do it, like why don't I just do it? Like I know in myself like I can do it, but I just because it makes me uncomfortable, I don't want to do it.
No, I've been that same way. I still do it now. It's just everyone moves on their own time frame. And the thing is once you move with it, the ball don't stop. You know, I will say don't wait too long, but
Right.
once you get the ball going, it's just going to keep rolling. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows their timing. Everyone knows when it's their go time. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So,
Mhm.
because I same way, procrastination is like one of my biggest things, and procrastination and like fear, like like with me, my fears always been like, is it going to be how I want it to be? It's going to be perfect. Is it going to
Mhm.
really hit? And it's like, you know what? I don't know yet until I get it out there,
Right.
Mhm.
and that's what I'm saying, and like. And especially now, I'm like, I see certain stuff. I'm like, wait, they really put that dumb shit out there? That's out there. But what happens is this out there and people critique it and they mess with it. But if that person that did put it out there wants something bigger and better, they take those critiques and they build
Yeah.
with that and create and keeps that ball going with
Better
that
than
project. And they're like, wow, I remember when you gave us a pile of shit. Now you giving us gold.
that.
Yeah.
So um so yeah, that's basically like for my company. And also just as a black person, a minority, is like my thing is if I touch one person, I'm good. If I help
Mhm.
one person out, I'm good. If I help a person a day, if I like just helping people out and realizing there is somebody watching me, and if I give up, I know that that could affect them.
No, it's true. It's true. Um, like I got a lot of the street smarts, in our relationship. Fabi's got the book smarts. I mean, she's got the college
Hey,
degree, I mean, she's got
hey,
all that education, but I mean, when it comes to like, thinking a little bit outside of the box, that's kind of my
hey, we
department.
all know nothing and know something.
Mhm. But like you
Exactly.
said, like if it were to for me to like, I mean, I know how to take the bus certain places, but would I figure it out? I don't know. Would I get lost? Yes. So it's like that's the part that like lacks in me, and it's not because like I was like I'm an only child, so I was like really like
Mhm.
my parents like everything. So I mean, not that I was like fully sheltered, but I was like really taken care of right growing up. So
Right.
like when I came to experience a lot of things in life, I was already older. So
Right.
like when you said like if somebody were to like take the bus, I'm like that I would probably be that person because I probably wouldn't know where I'm going. Like I'd probably Google like a whole bunch of stuff, and
But
then
see,
like
there you go. But you tap into your natural ability to figure things out, and you're like,
yeah,
oh, I'm gonna just Google it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So
I
Yeah,
think
it's
that's why like I guess me and him work in a way because like I'm one way and he's another,
always need
and it
that
always like
balance.
comes together, so it ends up working out.
You always need that balance. Absolutely.
oh yeah, definitely. Like it's crazy because a lot of people nowadays, a lot of the younger generation, they got all the social medias, they got YouTube, TikTok, and it's like all those opportunities they got now that
Uh-huh.
we probably wish we had growing up.
Mhm. Oh, that's true. I say the same thing. Oh man, y'all got Facebook and MySpace and all of that. So
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is what gave the opportunity to this generation is our generation.
Exactly.
So each generation is giving to the next generation. It's just, you know what I'm saying? What are we using it for? What are we using it for good? Are we using it for bad? Is it creating wealth for us? Is it creating happiness? So yeah, they're like, oh, this generation got it, but who gave it to them?
Exactly. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
like,
You're right.
we was laboring in the beginning with the Twitter and the Instagram. We was the ones that had to put it on the map for y'all to sit here and think it's the cool thing. So pay our
That's
respects.
true. That's true. So Fabi likes to typically, ask a question to kind of end all of our little sessions. Again, we don't like to really consider like an interview because we got the chat and things like that. Granted, my mess up on some questions there, but we like to have like just a little sit down and like you said, have fun, get to know each other and things like that. But she always likes to ask an ending question, like a little piece of advice and things like that. And man, I tell you, you've given us a lot of insight.
But you kind of already answered earlier about having that support. So you already sort of answered my question. I usually tend to ask like, what good piece of advice you would give to anybody or like people that will watch this. Like, what advice would you give like about life or about like, people that want to go down that career path that you're on or just in general?
Support is because the support is the biggest. It's the biggest thing you'll have because depending on how long you want to be in this industry and how deep you want to get into it, you're putting yourself out there to the public to be critiqued, to be judged, to have great things said about you and have bad things said about you, have lies told about you and truths told about you. Like a part of your life is to the public. You know what I'm saying? And so you're gonna need that space and those people you can go to and be yourself, and talk to and cry and laugh with, you know what I'm saying? But these people understand you. They're not being fake around you. This is natural love. This is a natural vibe that you have, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, these people are supporting you when you're going through like tough times. They're there when you're happy in tough times. It's like, man, you're not booking the sorry, man, you can get it, you got you, bro. We believe in you, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a dog industry, and especially now, like I say, social media, everyone's, oh man, only got 900 followers. I'm not really doing. It's like, because now everything is go viral. Go put yourself out on Instagram, try to get your followers up so then you can get seen and stuff like that, which is, I'm not saying it's not bad, but it's like you need a support system telling you, all right, you got to consistently be posting. All right, it's cool. We're going to get these followers then, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh, I got 1 million followers, but why am I not on television? Hey, you still got to take your time. Just keep creating your content. Keep putting yourself out there. Keep building yourself. Keep creating better avenues for you. Like having that support system is so important because you're gonna, as you go deeper and deeper, you're gonna get so much distraction, and you're gonna start telling yourself like, damn, why am I not there yet? Well, I see they're doing it, well, I ain't getting it. And I just tell you right now, 98% of that stuff you be seeing on there is a lot of fake shit. Oh, yeah, it sure. Ain't that real. So yeah, no, a support system is absolutely positively one of the biggest things I would say create and keep on to. If it's 3, if it's 30, whatever you need that keeps you grounded and keeps you sane for the most part, but grounded and understanding that what like Nipsey also say, it's a marathon. And so just stay in the course and believing in yourself.
For sure. No, it's definitely all true. It doesn't matter where you're at with it. Again, that's 900, like you said, 900 views or 900 people that you reached, so
absolutely.
You're somewhere, right?
Yeah. Just take the baby steps. Eventually, your leg's gonna grow and you're gonna be running.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Mike, we definitely appreciate you doing this with us tonight.
I appreciate the invite. I appreciate y'all bringing me on your wonderful show. About a couple of years, it's gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? They can pull up this video. It's gonna probably be a little foggy because they're gonna have like 10K at that time.
Something, right?
They said, wow, they was in the field like, yeah, man, they was. Hey, I was in the trenches with them. I was shooting in the gym with them. You know what I'm saying? So no, I absolutely happy, and I'm very appreciative of you all asking me to be a part of your show.
For sure. And hopefully
We
we could
appreciate
get
you taking the time and actually, taking the time and sitting down and just having a nice chat with us. And
No problem, man. I'm starting to like and really enjoy these interviews, conversations, whatever label you want to put. I'm really starting to enjoy and like them, and like I don't turn them down. You want to, we can chop it up, man. You know what I'm saying? So just whatever.
And we're gonna plug down your podcast and like your social medias if that's cool down at the bottom in our description. Perfect. Hopefully in the future we could get a Hardball reunion, with you and some of the guys and do a memory thing.
It possibly can happen. I don't know. It'll be beautiful if it do happen.
I mean, you guys all speak highly of each other, so I mean, it's wonderful.
We had some great times, man. It was fun. We had some great times doing that film. It was
for sure.
Great memories.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, Mike, again, thank you so much, and hopefully we'll keep in contact and chat here and there. And good luck to your White Sox this year, man.
Thank you. Same for your Mariners. Thank you all again for having me on here. You have a wonderful evening. My podcast is coming back up, so if y'all are coming in the LA area, let me know or let me know. Get you
We've
on.
Been talking about
like
it.
That.
We have been talking about it.
Just let me know. We can try to figure out something, get the schedules going and stuff like that. But I absolutely enjoyed this and had a wonderful time.
Appreciate it, Mike.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely. You have a wonderful evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.